Hello everybody, this video is for talking about a TEDx whose title was The Inside History of the Paris Climate. Um, this TEDx, as you can see on the title, was about the agreement that many governments make on December 12, 2015. And this agreement that they make was about having a new way of thinking and a new way for making things in our world, so then we can have a positive impact in our planet instead of being killing it. um, but I like the way that the speaker talk about this topic, because more than only talk about the importance and the relevance of this agreement, she speaks about how our way of thinking can make a difference of achieving or not achieving something that we want. So the first thing that she mentioned was the attitude. She mentions that at the beginning she was like, oh well, we are not going to do this is impossible. Can you imagine a lot of governments trying to get along well and trying to make them think in the same way? No, this is something very difficult. But then she makes something different. That was changing the way she was thinking. She saw that what happened was that little companies changed the way of thinking and the way of making things. And then the governments were interesting because many companies doing the same were attractive for the governments. And then having a lot of governments thinking on the same way made that they get to that agreement on December 12th. So as you can see, one of the facts is to have a good attitude. If you want to achieve something in life, you have to be sure that you are going to make it. It doesn't matter how difficult it seems, you have to be positive and to see all the benefits that you have, all the positive things that you have, and think about a way, think about a plan, how you can achieve that, instead of being crying, instead of being negative, and instead of saying, no, well, I will never achieve this. And also what she mentioned is that you need optimism. As I said, if you have a bad way of thinking, since you start a project, you will never achieve it. But if you have optimism, you're gonna have courage to affront everything that comes to you. You're going to have hope that everything can be possible. You're gonna be trusting on you and also in your equipment, and you're gonna be solidarity. That solidarity was one of the basics for having this government agreement. Why? Because we were thinking about our planet, our home. Um, and she mentioned the different steps that they follow for making this agreement. So the first one was having new technology. She said, and she mentions that making the difference in the world will not happen from one time to another. So she mentions that the first thing was having a new technology, and you can see on every web and also in Facebook, you can see that there are a lot of new machines for changing our way of using our planet benefits. For example, we can see that there are many bicycles that are being invented so we can stop using cars. Also, you can see that there are solar panels, there are hydroelectrics, also there are a lot of equipments that are being created that has the way of being charged on energy that comes from nature instead of using petroleum. The second step was the economical situation. If you can see, if we have new technology, there are going to be people that is going to be interested, and the economy is going to be influenced. And if you can think by this way. If someone is not interested of generate technology, well, there are people that want to get money and that want to improve their economy. So if you mix technology plus economy, you're going to have a very good mixture. For example, here in Zamorano, we are installing solar panel park that is going to reduce the needs of energy in Zamorano. That is one way that technology impacts economy. The third one is that, as I mentioned, it begins with companies and then the governments. If companies sees that their economy is going to be improved if they use the new technology, then the governments are going to be interested because they see that the basis of their economy are interested on that technology. And then when all the government were interested, it travels to the same way, and all of them were thinking on the same thing. For end this video, I want to talk about what she mentioned at the end, that was that having this agreement is not going to make the solution for all the problems that we have in our world. Why? Because pollution is not the only fact that is damage our world. So she mentioned that in the future it will be interesting to have a plan for food security. It is sad to see the graphics about how many children have malnutrition in our world, and we don't have to see to the other side of the world. We just have to see in our country, here in Honduras, in my country, Guatemala, we can see how many malnutrition childs are. The second one is the water security, because as you can hear, it may be a third word that is going to be because of the water. So we have to make sure that all people has access to water, and also that all people can have this access on an easy way. And the third one is home security. Maybe we can not see this or think that this is a problem because we have a home, we have a ceiling for our protection, but we are not thinking about all that people that doesn't have a home. And if they don't have home, they will also not have food security, also work security. There are a lot of things that we need to change in our world. And how we are going to make these changes in our world? By having a new attitude and having that optimism and courage for making the difference, to take decisions. We, as the future leaders of our different countries, will have to have this attitude and generate these new ideas for making the change in our world. Thank you for watching this video.